If you're looking to build a startup and become an entrepreneur, you've probably heard the advice to start small. You might have even heard it from me in the previous video. But what does that look like and how do you do it? In this video, we're going to explore the concept of minimum viable value. Without further ado, whoa, code red! You've probably heard the idea of a minimum viable product. The idea being you don't want to invest millions of dollars and years of development to build a product only to then find out that nobody wants it or they're not willing to pay for it. So instead, you focus on building and releasing the smallest possible version of your product so you can get it in front of users and start getting feedback. And then once you've validated that this is something that resonates with the market, then you continue to build out the rest of your product while in constant communication with your users and adapting to their feedback. But what if even a minimum product is still too big? If you are just starting out, even building the simplest version of a SaaS product can be a little daunting. Or maybe you just haven't yet figured out the exact idea that you want to pursue and bring to market. If this is the stage you're in, there are 3 things you need to be doing. One is researching and understanding the market. What are the pain points and what solutions are already out there? This is effectively your future competition. 2 is identifying and building relationships with influencers in the market. Now, I'm not talking about Instagram models, but who are the thought leaders and early adopters that you would want to be your first customers, who are going to give you the best feedback and spread the word about your product once you build something that they love. And 3 is going through the entrepreneur loop of identifying a pain point, building something that brings value, getting it in front of actual users, then iterating or pivoting based on their feedback. And by focusing on minimum viable value, you can do all of this at the same time in as tight of a loop as possible. So if it's not a full-blown product, what is this value and how do you deliver it? Let's pick outdoor hikers as a target audience and look at 3 types of value and how you might deliver it. The first type of value is information. What information can you create or curate that's going to be useful to your audience? This could be a tweet, an article, a video. It could be advice or a listicle. If we take the example of outdoor hikers, maybe you write reviews about hiking equipment, or maybe you look at all the different apps and websites that are available for finding trail maps and you write an article comparing them and looking at the pros and the cons. If you're looking to build a business for outdoor hikers, this is something you should be doing anyway. You need to understand your future competition. But remember, it's not enough just to create the content. You have to go through the full process of getting it in front of people and getting feedback. After all, if you can't drive traffic to a free article, what makes you think you can get them to pay attention to your paid product? A second type of value is community. Are there meetups for hikers? Start going to those. The people who are organizing these events are very likely your early adopters and your best first customers. Start to talk to them and understand even the difficulties and hurdles they face organizing these events. Is there something you can do to make their lives easier there? Even if it's something super simple like organizing a carpool. Just by showing up and doing little things to make their lives easier, you buy yourself a seat at the table in front of your future customers. And the insight you can get from talking to them is priceless. If you want to take building community to the next level, you can think about organizing an event of your own, either in person or a webinar. Maybe you can create some YouTube videos interviewing some of the influencers in the space and helping them spread their brand and message. A third type of value is empowerment. This is getting closer to an actual product, but is there something super simple you can maybe duct tape together that would be helpful for people in your market? Maybe a script that scrapes some information about weather and trail closures in your area and sends out a notification. Maybe it's a gear swap that you just organize using Reddit. So those are 3 types of minimum viable value that you can look at building for your audience right away. And as you're going about that, you can be thinking, can I grow this into a business, even a tiny one? Maybe if your reviews start getting enough traffic, you can put them on a dedicated website, start generating some ad revenue or affiliate marketing. Maybe that meetup is looking to organize some larger trips. Maybe they want to hire you to help organize. If your trail notification script catches on, maybe expand it to different locations, start charging a premium membership, or even just collect donations with Buy Me a Coffee. Because that's another step in the entrepreneur loop that we don't talk about nearly as much, which is actually running a business, setting up payment channels, understanding your user's lifetime value versus acquisition cost, filing taxes. You want to get experience with that side of running a business as well, and that experience is going to help you validate your startup ideas once you're ready. So a quick recap. If you don't see yourself able to deliver a minimum viable product in the near future, start practicing now by delivering minimum viable value. Train yourself to be noticing and identifying pain points that you can solve. Build relationships with your future customers. Practice going through the loop of delivering value, getting it in front of users, and then iterating based on their feedback. Think about how you can improve their lives with information, community, or empowerment. And of course, there are plenty of other ways to build value for people that don't fit into those categories. If you have a tip or thoughts about minimum viable value, or just about building startups in general, be a champ and leave a comment. Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. But until then, watch out for tigers! Just when you thought the video was over, I'm back with some off-the-cuff stuff, some behind-the-scenes, if you will. After the last video about how to come up with startup ideas, I was kind of stuck because I understand it's a process, right? It's not something you're just going to do overnight. And so I still don't have an idea of what startup I want to build. So I kind of had writer's block in terms of creating another video. But thankfully, I was talking to my friend slash therapist who recommended just creating a video about the process I'm going through now. And so these are the things: looking at minimum viable value, doing this market research, trying to build relationships. That's kind of the stage I'm in. And creating a video that puts it in that structure has been helpful for me. I hope it's also helpful for y'all. I have identified the target audience that I want to go after. It is not hikers, but it is activists, a political activist, humanitarian. These are people that I really admire the passion that they put into making this world a better place, and I want to empower them. And previously I've tried to do that like with the Star Voting group, but usually as a volunteer. And I've kind of separated from business, but business, definitely an area I still need to grow and challenge myself. So I'm going to try to put these together. We'll see how that goes. So hopefully as I go through this process, there will be more stuff that I learned that I can share with y'all. If there is a specific topic you're interested in or want to, or would like me to explore more, I probably need to learn it myself anyway. So let me know. I'll be happy to do that. On the personal side, last week in Seattle, at least for now, this has been a very nice apartment, at least for filming. Just the lighting and the layout is good. Next week, I'll be heading back to San Francisco. Hopefully, I'll see some of y'all there. And that's it. Okay, the video is really over this time.